Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Once Upon a Witchlight. We would absolutely love it if you would like our video, subscribe to our channel, and check that bell so you never miss an episode. We absolutely appreciate all of your support, especially all of our YouTube channel members. But if you want to support us in more ways, make sure you go check out our merch shop, become a patron over on Patreon to enjoy our brand new Patreon exclusive campaign called Shroud Over Saltmarsh, and go to thecrookedmoon.com today to pre-order your copy of The Crooked Moon.
Thank you for being here with us. We are Legends of Evantris. This is Wednesday. Roll that beautiful beam footage, Rich.
Once upon a witchlight hour, the sleeping queen stirred in her tower, and through grand halls past lock and key came to her slumber dreams of three. The first brought laughter filled with fright, the second love defiled by spite, the third a world of pure delight. She welcomed these, they were her own, but soon from porcelain lips a groan, her silvery dreamscape now forsaken, to pain from which she'd not awaken. Something blighted had come hither, foul as nightshade creeping thither, from yon the grave-like curse did wither. The little prince wept in his spire, his wounded heart had one desire, a ballad from the dreaming queen could turn his maelstrom mind serene. He vowed her rescue, speech sincere, but toys would be his shield and spear, and so he scoured for 1 full year. In springtime wreathed in parenthood, the prince first found a toy of wood, a doll set, beasts and wild things, but listen close and each one sings, a song of child, owl and bear, a song that calls the spirits there, a song for monsters with much hair. When summer heat steamed like a kettle, the prince then found a toy of metal, a rocking horse with ashen mane, around its neck was draped a chain. Its horn and eyes and nose shoot flame, with mighty hooves and sturdy frame, no better steed one could proclaim. He searched from autumn's harvest throne, the prince then found a toy of bone, lettered blocks stacked to the sky, when turned to words could only lie. Deceit known to the hounds of hell makes for a potent hex or spell, of souls, of sin, of Shadowfell. Through winter's chill from peak to pass, the prince then found a toy of glass, marble spun in measured motion, like careful thought or certain notion, each glinting cat's eye seeing all, from stars beyond the cosmic sprawl, to inner strength and mind's recall. When season stopped, the final day, at last the prince found halves of clay. He shed a tear, this would not do. His favorite toy was split in two. It stank and had a horrid face, but in his heart held special place. Through toil this crack he would erase. The day has come, no time for rest. The fateful toys placed in a chest, with stripes of white and stripes of red, just like a big top by his bed. The little prince prepares a flower for either outcome, sweet or sour, and makes a wish for love, for power. Once upon a witchlight hour.
You have been traveling through the Feywild for what feels like forever at this point. You have been through the carnival and hither. You're now into thither, and it feels as if at every turn there's more and more information thrown at you, things to do, people to meet, problems to solve, and somehow this wacky group has found themselves the heroes and the saviors of it all. And it is here in thither that you find yourselves with still so much to do. You've traveled through this place, you've met with a band of ragtag kids, and you have now ventured into the heart of Loomlurch, a large fallen oak tree that is the lair and the home of Granny Nightshade, with the intent to save all of the children here and return them to safety under Little Oak, the walking treant that houses the the large treehouse fort and home of Will of the Feywild and his band of merry kids. That was at least your plan upon coming to Loomlurch. But as you stand here now in front of an old rickety wooden bathroom, looking down at the small form of a pincushion doll, the words, Will of the Feywild was an Oni, having just recently escaped her lips. Your world is thrown on its axis. You think about the words she had spoken previously, that Eladin, the unicorn that you were on a mission to rescue, the horn that you have carried in your pack, your plan to go to Yon and return it to the unicorn that was trapped on an island similar to the one you met his wife, completely trapped by lightning rods, but now realizing that that is not the truth. He resides upstairs, locked away in Granny Nightshade's room, transformed into a rocking horse. And as these truths hit your mind, you realize that in this place you never really know what is true and what is lies. You don't know what reality truly is in a place like this. And you have many paths that you need to walk before you finish your journey in the Feywild here. Many loose ends that you need to tie up, many missions, all within a 13-day timeline. And as you think about where you're standing and the way time is passing, you don't even realize or remember how many days left you have. And it is in this moment that you find yourselves staring down at Pincushion, realizing that you don't know which way is up.
What? Frost returns and says, why couldn't it have been an elbow?
What?
Not your best. That was good. That was all right.
I'm confused.
Instead of an O knee.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
that's very good. Fine.
That's acceptable quality.
Yeah, we'll take it. I mean, it's very Frost.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll take it. I liked the candy one much better.
Yeah.
Candy was very good.
Yeah.
I do pop back into existence. Hello.
You do. Your candy has worn off that you had
What I
eaten,
do.
and you find yourself popping back into existence in front of your friends.
Apologies. I return now. I was trapped by the inner circle of doubt. It's a psionic thing you wouldn't understand.
Yeah. Whatever. What's an Oni?
Raises so many questions.
Oh, well, I'm not quite sure completely, but I know that they are large. Well, and Will, when he was an Oni, was blue, and he had a big, dark beard and mustache. He had horns coming out of the top of his head. His teeth were long and razor sharp.
I'm just catching up. You mean Will, the child, was once this monstrous blue beast that you're describing?
Well, yes, he was Granny Nightshade's right-hand man, actually. She would pay him in gold and jewels and other things, which he loved, and in bad children, and he would go out and help to collect them and find them, and the bad ones would get eaten.
Oh, by the way, this is our mate Frosty.
Oh, that's fine. I saw you wandering around in the ethereal plane.
Yes, I understand your name is Pincushion.
Yes, because of this.
And she pulls a pin out and she sticks it in. Ah!
No.
I'm kidding. It doesn't hurt at all.
Very good.
Yes,
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Morning Frost.
it's lovely to meet you.
She curtsies.
So hold on, I don't understand. Are you saying that Will is genuine in his mission or he isn't?
Oh, I don't really have a way to know. Granny Nightshade doesn't even realize that Will is her only companion. For you see, what happened was Bevlorna came for an afternoon tea one morning, and they got in a row, as it were, quite often as they do. And as Bevlorna was stomping out, she happened to cross paths with Will, and she cursed him and turned him into a little boy. And he escaped, but Granny Nightshade doesn't even realize that Will is one and the same.
Do you know if... I have two questions. Do you
Yes.
know if Will is aware of this transformation, or if he remembers his past life?
Oh, I have no idea. I did not have an opportunity to talk to him. He was whisked away by Bevlorna, and from there he found his band of ragamuffin children, and they've been on a mission to steal more kids.
What was Will's name prior to being transformed?
Oh, I couldn't even begin to pronounce it.
Oh.
Are you saying that Onis eat children?
Well, not just children. They eat anyone. They'll eat other Onis if they have the opportunity.
It really depends on what kind of a creature you are. Some creatures eat eggs, for example. Those are a form of children.
Oh.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Well, that was a pretty terrible thing to say.
I mean, who fucking says that?
I've only been. I'm gonna go back to the inner circle of doubt.
Frost says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, they should call them oh no's."
See, that one's better. I'll give you a round of applause for that one.
You're redeeming yourself quite nicely, Gringo. I mean me.
That's our last one, I promise.
No, it's not.
And Granny Nightshade, she is aware that her right-hand man has been gone for however long Will has been around.
Well, yes, she thinks that she must have upset him or not provided him enough gold or enough children to eat, and that he left in a huff. And she is quite sore about it. Though I do imagine if he were to return and offer a proper apology, that she would be amenable to their former arrangement. But it frustrates her quite a lot.
You know, I never liked that Will kid. There was always something off about him.
I only know because I can see what's true.
Torbeck's brain is starting to hurt, but if Torbeck has this right, there's really no conflict about just turning in Will of the Wild. He eats kids!
Well, not Will necessarily, unless he remembers his past and...
That's exactly right. I mean, if he doesn't know, if he's sort of like turned over a new leaf as Will and his mission is genuine, then maybe we just let him be a kid.
Screw that guy! Torbeck's ready to turn him in!
Yeah,
He's eaten
like
children at least a few times in his life.
And he's gathering all those kids!
And here's the thing, man. I mean, if the only reason he turned over this new leaf was because he was blasted by a witch, I mean, what's to say she doesn't show up and just for laughs as she walks him back? Suddenly he's an oh no again, and then those kids are saying, oh no!
Why you put it was Frosty that said it?
I was at Frosty. I was looking at you the entire time I said that.
Man, you guys seem upset with me for some reason. Is it because I didn't go to the market with you?
You're there the entire time, I thought.
Well, I was in and out.
In the realm of doubt.
Exactly right.
Well, I don't know if we should do this anymore.
So if he gets turned back, and then all those kids get gobbled up in the treehouse, I guess that would be pretty bad.
What we need to do is continue saving the kids, and then the next time we see Will, Gideon should punch his head off!
Well,
Wait a minute! When he eats children, does he eat owlbears too?
Really, he'll eat anything.
No, he didn't. We leave Hootsy? Oh, well, I guess Will also left the tree, right? Oh!
We're gonna have to learn if Will still eats children, if he's aware of his child-eating past, and then I'll add this task to our list. Just one moment.
Torbeck doesn't think it matters!
Why not?
He still did those horrible things! It doesn't matter what version of him he is!
Should we turn you in for the crimes committed by your other?
Maybe you should!
Well, let's not
I mean
get hasty. Let's not get hasty.
there's no one to turn him in to. He killed everybody.
If there
Nobody left at
was,
the start.
everyone that we've seen the other kill deserved it. Is all I'm going to say. Not that we are legally allowed to
I think
decide
that's
who-
debatable. I mean, if we're talking about morality here, I mean, you know, what's to say that we couldn't have just knocked William Agden, was that his name?
Agden Longs.
Agden? Oh, I'm thinking of...
Oh, you've met Agden Longscar.
I'm thinking of Will of the
We
Feywild.
have met him, yes.
We shouldn't bring
I've only heard tale of him because, well, he doesn't come to thither At least not often.
No, he
as far
won't
as I
anymore.
know.
That's
Tell of
No,
them's
of
about all
course.
that's left.
Because he leads a band of brigands in hither, and they are notorious thieves.
Yes. We met them.
Rapscallions, even.
Agden has hung up his scarf for good, let's say.
Well, but my point is, just because you steal stuff doesn't mean you should be, mutilated and torn to pieces until you're dead.
And this is exactly why Torbeck should be locked up!
Well,
Well, I don't think that Torbeck should be locked up, but the man inside of you should.
And what if Will of the
Can you tell him
Feywild...
to stop looking at me?
Oh, fuck.
What?
I don't like it.
She can see the things that are true. Perhaps this creature, she sees double. Is that how it looks and feels to you? As perhaps a shadow behind him or within?
It's hard to explain. I'm looking at you, but I can see him inside of you. And you'll look to him, and he'll look to me. He doesn't like that I can see him.
what does he look like?
Well, he looks like you, but if you are a man, well, more like a man.
Like, not furry?
No, beautiful hair, though.
Torbeck, this is really scary.
Greg is right!
This is really scary. This is very spooky.
What can Torbeck do about this?
I'm not sure, but the mushroom peddlers might know.
Oh, that would be amazing! You're the only person that's said anything of any value to Torbeck basically ever about this.
The mushroom peddlers.
Yes,
Wait, who are the mushroom peddlers?
they're outside in the garden.
What do
Well,
they do?
fuck.
Well, they peddle mushrooms, of course, but
Are they?
if you're dealing with misconception, dishonesty, unclarity, a lack of truth, then you must seek out the mushroom peddlers. They can provide you mushrooms of different variety, though it is a painful process, but in the end, depending on how you handle the mushroom that's chosen for you, you'll be gifted, they're kind of like oracles, really, visions.
And these mushroom peddlers are just outside, you saying? And they
Yes.
might be able to help Torbeck?
Oh, they could help all of you.
How far is it?
Wait, and Loon Lurch is just cool with them peddling mushrooms right out in the open?
Well, to be fair, if it weren't for the mushroom peddlers, then Granny Nightshade wouldn't be able to make the mushrooms that she uses for all of her alcohols.
Wow. My Uncle Globo peddled mushrooms and he went away for 15 years. That's amazing.
What kind of volume was he moving? That's a lot of mushrooms.
He went away to where?
There were a lot of deaths.
Oh, that can happen if you're not careful.
Wait. You're saying that Torbeck eats the mushrooms, Torbeck might learn more, or Torbeck might die.
Yes, and, well, as with any bit of divination, is it divination? Well, I'm not quite sure. Anytime you beseech an oracle for clarity, there is always a chance that the answer that you're given could be wrong, but most of the time it is right.
So, then all we got to do is meet with the unicorn, have the unicorn solve all our problems, and then we go talk to the oracle in the mushroom.
Well, you're going to have a very difficult time getting to the rocking horse upstairs because the only way in there is with Bavlorna, and she's not here.
Well, when's she getting back? She's getting back later tonight, right?
Yes.
But we got some time to kill, is what you're saying.
Oh, yes, she won't be back for at least 6 to 7 hours.
I would love to go and see an oracle. I have many questions about Java and enterprise software solutions. I think that we could...
I'm sorry, what?
What the fuck are you talking
we have a
about?
long conversation.
Man, that drum of death really fry your brain, Frosty.
We call it Hot Jones around here.
I was gonna say.
My apologies.
I mean, I'd watch Torbeck do a bunch of mushrooms, not get a clear answer, and then maybe die.
Did you say Java?
It wasn't, but did someone say Bavlorna? It's
Yes, no.
Scarified.
Yes, I know.
No.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I'm never wrong.
We had the opportunity to kill. Never mind.
I like you, Pincushion. You're never
Thank
wrong.
you. Did you say Java?
Yes, I did.
Would you like a hot Jones? And she pulls out a small
What do you
teapot
want,
with some hot
Jones?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, I'll have some hot Jones.
Oh, all right. And she hands you each a little tiny doll-sized
Oh, hot Jones. Gosh, I haven't had
Mug
hot
filled
Jones
with hot
in
Jones.
so long. Since the night after Torben tried to kill us terribly and almost killed Frosty.
It was difficult finding so many pixies named Jones.
I imagine that it was. You really roasted this. It's perfect.
I'm sorry, Torbeck. What were you saying? You look stressed.
Torbeck just doesn't know if Torbeck's in the mood for hot Jones. It brings back so many painful memories.
Well, you don't have to drink the hot Jones.
Are you gonna drink that?
Help me!
Are you gonna drink that?
No, let him have his own hot Jones.
I was gonna ask Rico if he wanted it.
I do. I would. Yeah. If you're not gonna.
You could use the pick me up. No.
Okay, let's grab.
Oh no, so close. Hold on.
I'm gonna go find the candy that makes me a tall Chad again. Fuck you guys.
You never know when your next hot Jones will be.
That Jones is getting darker and darker.
Wait, you've eaten the coral fish.
That's true.
Yeah, what's the difference?
They're fish.
Oh well, Fawn. You know what, Torbeck? I'm glad you were able to enjoy some hot Jones. All of us are now have some pick me up. I could have used a little bit more cinnamon, but we are ready to go visit the mushroom peddlers.
Wait, hold on. If we do that, are we going to lose our place in line, or are you going to, put us in pencil and pen on blood to make sure that we're the first ones that meet with not Bavlona.
Granny Nightshade.
There we go.
You can call her Granny Nightshade if you'd like.
So we good? We're going to lock that
But yes,
appointment in?
you're not first, though. There is one other person in line ahead of you.
Fuck. There's no point of all these
I'm
shenanigans.
not quite sure where she's gone.
Who is in front of us, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, this little old lady was here. Something about a dead husband.
Oh, there's no way she made it.
You think she died?
Well, here's hoping. I just don't want to be in line, I mean, we've been through so much.
Yeah,
Somebody's ahead of us.
And Torbeck
Ridiculous.
really didn't want it to come to this, but we're gonna have to take care of her.
In what way?
We will nurse her to health and make sure that she's cared for in every way.
Oh, that's very sweet.
That's very nice.
She's an old lady. We would make sure that no harm comes to her.
Thank you, Frost, for elaborating.
Yeah. I think that's exactly right, Frosty. Well, we can wait. Do I give you my Rocky Talkie runes and then you just shoot us a little note when our appointment is ready?
Or perhaps you have a stone that you hand us that blinks and vibrates.
I was going to come with you. Traversing the gardens is incredibly dangerous. I haven't even done it myself. Before we might have to look for a guide to lead us through, and once we get there, it's well, I'll just say prepare yourselves. You won't quite keep it all together.
Oh, no.
We were ready for almost anything.
Yeah,
we were once murdered terribly by a dragon.
All right. Well, far worse has happened in the garden, so we should be on our way.
Terrific.
Before we go, are we cool?
You and
and
I?
me?
Well, you're not going to lie to me anymore, are you?
No, I just figured, I don't know, I felt sort of uncomfortable since that all happened. I just want to make sure that, we're good, you know
Would
what
you
I mean?
like a hug?
You know what? That'd be very nice.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Oh, that's so
Take the pins out before you.
No, they're inside of me.
Oh,
You can't
we're
feel
good,
them.
We're good. Isn't she like this big?
Yeah, she's little. So
Yeah.
you give her a little hug.
Oh, you smell lovely.
Well, thank you.
You smell like fresh winter fire.
Oda Agwe, 52.
Soot. Burning embers. coal.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Oh gosh, I'm so glad we're gonna. And is it kind of more of like, oh yeah, it'll be 6 or 7 hours, but that's just like, so we hopefully go away and it's actually ready in like 20 minutes.
No, she could
Fuck.
she very well might not even come home tonight.
Oh.
That's fine. If she doesn't, we do have rooms for you to stay in.
Oh.
Are they themed rooms, or are they just rooms?
There's a room themed like the Wizard of Oz.
Who?
The what?
What? I didn't say anything.
Is there a wizard named Oz?
Oh, I don't know. That'd be very cool if there
no, he's
was.
great.
Strange
Oz.
name for a wizard.
Well, just a fucking guy from Oz.
Where's
Perhaps it's
Oz?
short for Ozymandias. It's a cool name.
I'm pretty sure that the Wizard of Oz is public domain, so
It
he
is.
actually could be in this
Yeah.
adventure. I mean, the fucking
is.
Jabberwock is.
Perhaps we will journey to him, and a large amount of asbestos will rain down from above upon us.
Oh my god.
That's funny. Lead the way.
To the garden.
To the garden.
And with that, you watch as Pincushion makes her way not back through the door that you would come in or out the other way, but you watch as she opens a cabinet and you see that there is a small door about child size that she easily walks through. You imagine you'll all be able to get through it. Torbeck's going to have the hardest time, but if he hunches himself over enough and squishes into himself, he can easily make it through. And she leads you through what clearly appear to be more like servants' corridors, where the children move through this place to get from room to room to room. They're a bit winding, a bit narrow. You feel a little claustrophobic as you're traveling through them. And all of them seem to be hewn from the wood of this fallen oak. Looking at it, you run your hands along the side, and you can see that this oak is so old that parts of it have already begun to petrify. The colors that marble there are beautiful and almost opalescent in places, where the sap itself has begun to petrify. And you make your way through this place. You see small carvings into parts of the wood that are still hardy and haven't begun to petrify. Carvings from these kids, different names, tally marks of how long they've been here, drawings and stories that have been added to year after year after year. As you make your way through this, you see that there are no windows, there are no additional doors, and you eventually get to the very end, and it looks like there is nowhere else for you to go, as Pincushion pulls the pin from the stitched-on heart on her chest, and she begins to run it along the wall in a strange flourish, and you see that where there was nothing, a small door appears.
Ooh.
She sticks the pin back into the heart patch on her chest, and she goes to open the door, and as she opens it, a broom closet appears and a broom falls out.
Oh gosh, I've done it again.
Oh.
She pushes the broom back into it, shuts the door, takes the door handle off, puts it on the other side, opens the door, and you see that it leads out into an overgrown garden. It looks like if this is a garden, it is untended. It is wild and untamed, vines growing everywhere, mushrooms taller than some of the trees that you had walked through. You see plants of all kinds. You see beautiful bushes that have, instead of flowers growing in them, crystals and gems. You see that some of these begin to move, almost as if they're sentient in some way. The grass itself looks springy and moss covered. There are colors of every kind, colors that don't match any color that you've ever seen before, and they're all vibrant and beautiful, and it's a huge shock to you at first, especially because the time of day that you got here, you imagine what time it would be. You imagined it was early morning. It would be about midday now, but the cover of trees was so thick that barely any light got in, and it was fairly dark. But it looks like this entire area is bathed in sunlight, and you realize there is a gigantic sunflower that is well above all of the
badass.
tree lines of mushrooms that is beaming down this beautiful sunlight, invigorating the plant life here.
Oh, that's cool.
The animals that are here sing happily. It's a deep contrast to any of the other places that you've experienced that have touched the areas of these hags. This is truly beautiful. This is truly what you would imagine the Feywild would look like. And there's a part of you that wonders if these hags hadn't taken over these realms of the Feywild, if this is what you would see. If this is just a small glimpse of where you really are.
Oh, wow.
Well, it looks beautiful, but it is dangerous.
So are they just in here, or do we gotta get through here to get to these?
Further in, hidden deep within, is Granny Nightshade's garden. It's where she grows specific types of mushrooms, 5 to be exact, that are her most prized possession, as well as a veritable array of other mushrooms that she uses for her wines and her ales and her whiskeys and all other sorts of alcoholic beverages, some even in baked goods and things. But it's these 5 that the mushroom peddlers guard over, and it is through them that she's even able to grow them tall. They are the ones that you seek. They are the ones with the properties, though they're not like the Witchlight mushrooms. They're powerful in a similar way, coveted by those in power for what they can do, the answers they can give you, the futures you can glimpse through them.
Can we have some?
Well, that's what we're going to find out. If you can convince the mushroom peddlers to give over some of the mushrooms to you, you should be able to imbibe them and have your questions answered and to truly glimpse the truth that's been shrouded from you.
Well, how do we convince them? Like, what do they want?
I can't tell you, only they can tell you, but we'll get there. We just have to find a guide. For I don't know this part of Loomlurch all that well. I stay inside. But I wouldn't leave you to this on your own. That would be unwise. I don't think you would survive. And I'm but a doll.
I mean, we could be fine if it's too scary for you or whatever.
I'm a little scared, but I think you should be too.
Oh.
It's dangerous.
Whole mushrooms. Uncle Globo only peddled one.
I thought you said he peddled.
Oh, one top. He peddled a lot of them.
Oh, I see.
A lot of deaths.
A lot of deaths.
Went for volume.
Yeah, the whole neighborhood kind of just like. Hey.
Do you know
It's quantity over quality.
what these mushroom peddlers desire? What they might be interested in trading for?
I've never met them. I only know of them.
I thought you might know.
They're
of
written
what
about
they...
in books.
Oh.
Do you know what they look like?
Well, in the book, they were described as being quite elf-like, but with mushroom caps on their heads. Not campestries, which, if you've met a campestry, they... You have?
We
Oh,
have.
well then you know. Not like a campestry, but they have more humanoid bodies. But they are, well and truly, fungal creatures. And they can connect to a communication network with mushrooms all across the Feywild.
No.
I wonder if they'll know we're coming.
That could come in handy. Oh. Well, I guess if you're coming with us,
Yes.
then let's go.
All right. You ready?
As ready as we can be.
Then let us step into the gardens.
And she slowly walks down the little wooden stairs, and you see that her feet, even at her small size, still sink down into the mossy ground. That it is very soft and spongy. As she begins to walk forward, and she waves to all of you to make your way out. You all follow?
Got signed out of D&D Beyond.
Yeah?
I need you all to roll I can't even remember what it is. I need you to roll a d6 for me, please.
Oh.
Re-rolling
D6.
duplicates.
2. I got 2. I got 2.
1.
Damn.
Right as I got a 1.
6.
Has we gotten 3?
No.
Okay.
3.
Who got a 1?
Me.
You step out onto the spongy earth and you look around you. You see that there are these beautiful blue flowers next to you that their color shifts from blue to purple to gold as you look at them. And out of the inside, where you would normally see the stamen, you see that there are just billows of bubbles just shooting out of it, floating into the air. And shimmering with a beautiful rainbow essence. And you reach out and you pop one and you breathe in. This scent is floral and earthy and beautiful, and you are overcome with giggles. You are jubilant and happy.
Well, this place ain't half bad. Look at all these bubbles.
You seem mirthful.
Anyone too?
Mirth.
Somebody got it. You got it too.
I got a 2.
You feel confusion overwhelm you. As you step out into the spongy earth, you are much lower to the ground than everyone else, and you all step down together, and puffs of dirt waft up into the air, and you feel confused and muddled. Things that you thought you remembered, you can't remember certain details. You occasionally forget who you are, but then quickly regain your senses.
It's a little dark.
Anyone with 3?
55.
I believe 3 make it leave.
3. Yep.
This is perfect.
No.
You look out, you step down, and you step past Gricko, not even paying attention to him as he undergoes this confusion. And Gideon giggles
so
towards you as he walks over.
He kind of does.
Yeah, he look confused.
Yeah, look at him. Look at his stupid face.
I wonder what like his own name.
Just be aware, this is a condition for the entirety that you are wandering around this place.
Don't go too hard.
So do not go too hard to start.
All right. I get a good one.
You sidle up next to Gideon as he's chuckling about the look of confusion on Gricko's face as another bubble floats up in front of your face, Crummy. Gideon pops it, and as you inhale that same scent, you're not overcome with the happiness, the joyousness, and the fit of giggles that Gideon is. You feel paranoia.
Oh, God.
As you look around at everything, it's all so strange and unusual. There are hints of things that you know. That looks like a sunflower, but the radiant rays of the sun, that is not how it should be.
Oh, God.
And it makes you nervous.
Okay, all right.
Anyone with a 4?
I think that's the only one we didn't get.
Okay,
And I got a
5.
Oh,
Torbeck, you step down, and immediately you see a
down,
small, you see a very small, what at first looks like a duckling, skitter by your feet. But as you look down, you realize it's not a yellow duckling. It's a tiny, tiny little lion with wings. And it skitters past you, it looks up at you, it mews at you, it flaps its little wings, it lashes its little tail at you, it flies up into the air and spins around, and you are overcome with euphoria and wonder as you look at everything here as if it is the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen.
Wow, that's a cool elephant.
There's no elephant. There's no elephant at all.
Gideon's right. It's a tiny
It lands on your hand and attempts to roar, and it's like, roar! It's the cutest little roar you've ever heard.
Wow, that's cool.
You, Frost, you step down into the spongy earth and you watch this. You watch as Torbeck lifts the lion, this tiny little winged lion, and watches as it flies away, and you think to yourself, that could have been useful. And you feel angry. You are overcome with pure hatred and rage as you watch Torbeck let this thing go.
Frost, did you see that?
Son of a bitch. You let that lion go.
Because it was beautiful.
This is the Feywild, and you let that fucking lion go. It could have been a truth on.
I hate you guys.
It was meant to be free.
I don't want to even fucking look at you right now.
Oh man, I love when Frosty curses. Oh god.
Hey, Pincushion. You sure this place is safe to walk through?
No, it's not at all. That's what I
fuck.
said before we stepped out the door.
I'm a little worried about Greco. I mean, look at him.
He does look a little confused. He's drooling on himself quite a lot.
No, this is Greco. The lights are on, but nobody's home.
What if it's
What I was gonna say.
what if it's like prion disease or like prion disease, however you say? Have you heard about that?
No, it isn't.
Oh god, it's fucking horrible. It's like this. The cells in your brain start folding and unfolding, and you basically turn into this guy. You turn into Greco.
No, it's all right. We all just have our own beautiful, unique way of viewing the world.
We can try to feed him some water and see if he rejects it, and then we'll know for sure if he has any, my water skin is fucking empty. Anybody, any goddamn water?
Look out, Torbeck. The elephant's getting away.
Come, Greco. Chase it with me. Let us frolic.
Oh, good.
What if it's contagious?
Remember, you have to
Well,
do
then
this
perhaps
for
we'll
a
die
long
soon.
time.
Torbeck is
You're not.
football.
And we're frolicking. We're just like chasing the little lion that flutters around.
Oh my god.
Roll
man.
a perception check at disadvantage because you're distracted as you frolic.
I would love
to. Holy shit.
8.
The two of you begin to chase this little lion as it flies about. It seems to notice and it gets excited and it starts chasing you under and through all of these strange plants, and eventually it makes its way back towards the group, and then it skirts along the edges of Loomlurch against the bark of this fallen oak, and you see along it that there are tons of windows that dot this place. They're all flickering with a beautiful lamplight. And the lion at one point flies up towards one of the windows and seems to be very interested in, almost like a moth to a flame, as it stares at the light and lulls its head back and forth as it dances in sync with this flickering flame. And the both of you are so entranced by it that you run straight up to it, not noticing this giant compost heap that is immediately outside of what is apparently the kitchen window, where all of the refuse from the cooking is thrown. And as you slam into it, you immediately hear as this compost heap begins to shamble and move, and what had been this giant mound of refuse is now what appears to be a shambling man filled with bits and pieces of months, years worth of cooking. It towers even over you, Torbeck. As it spins around, it hits the little lion and it flies off into somewhere else. You can't, into the brush, and it lurches over all of you as it looks around. Pincushion squeals and runs behind your leg, Cremmy. You can feel her holding on to the back of your pants as she's shaking and shivering as she looks up at this thing. What do you do?
Wow!
Whoa.
Even the trash is alive and beautiful!
I think it looks just like my fresh girlfriend. Tiffany, where you get to the
Sweet!
Torbeck!
What?
Greco! You idiots!
Tiffany!
Pincushion told you very clearly that you would not run around and run into things, and you run into some sort of nightmare compost creature that'll kill us all! I could not be more furious!
Leave it to the goblins to find the trash heap.
He starts to shamble over. You see his arms are incredibly long. This is not all that different from Torbek's stature, where the body is quite long, but so are the limbs. As it starts to shamble over to you. What did you say about me?
You look very much like
A rotten apple falls off of it and hits you in the shoulder.
Tiffany, it's me, Gringo.
He spins around.
Goblin High School.
He spins around. His arms are
Don't you
lanky.
remember?
He doesn't quite know how to use them as he hits you, again, Frost, with his long trash heap arm. And you are poked in the side by a very large turkey bone. Pierces your skin a little bit.
Frost's getting beaten
As
up
he
by
turns
Gricko's
over
ex-girlfriend.
towards you, Gricko.
I said,
That's not
just before you sullied my robe, that you look like a trash
He
heap.
once again turns towards you, this time hitting Gricko. Gricko, you roll a dexterity saving throw.
You're looking good.
From my perspective, does it look like it's attacking my friends?
No, he looks like he clearly does not have he's not familiar with using his limbs, and so they're long and lanky, and he's hitting things, running into things. He seems kind of confused, and you have heard that he said a few things. What did you call me? That's not my name. 15. He does knock you over, but you're able to quickly right yourself. As a bit of rotten pumpkin falls out and hits and lands in your lap.
Ugh.
Do I take any damage?
No.
Oh.
Is that the same sensation Tiffany gave you last time? Rotten pumpkin in the lap?
I think he's
Yikes!
fully unconscious.
You practiced. What does that mean?
You had to go to Goblin High School.
Torbek couldn't afford high school.
It was free, man.
They told Torbek there was tuition.
Oh, man. Oh,
Mr. Trashman, what is your name?
He turns towards you.
Ewan?
Yeah, the kids call me Ew. In.
Oh, and you're not going to change it years later into Ian?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking. That made me very
It's gonna become my old man voice because I can't keep with the other one. So yeah, you're just gonna go with it.
So you don't want to kill us? You don't want to attack us? Or mutilate us in any way?
No.
Is there any chance you want to date Gricko?
I'm a little scared, but
Which one's Gricko?
That's him. You're exactly his type.
No, thank you.
Oh, bad luck, buddy.
We didn't mean to run into you. That was Torbek's fault.
It's okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was kids kicking me.
Oh no, Torbek is very familiar with that, and it's very different.
Nobody likes Ewan, cause Ewan's Ewan and made of trash.
Nobody likes Torbek, because Torbek's kind of gross and smells like trash because he lives in trash.
His long head comes down and he pulls in a big whiff. I smell worse than you do.
Well, maybe, but that's what makes all of us unique and beautiful.
This is all very sweet, but we have to be going now. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Trash Ewan.
It's not Tiffany. It's a big trash man. Frosty hasn't had his breakfast. Forgive him. If he was in his right mind, he would say you should change your name to Me Out.
What?
Me Out.
Me out?
Me. You. Hold on. Let's think about this.
Well, I think he's saying, like, because you in. So, me.
Oh, me.
First again.
I didn't get it.
That was a long walk.
That's correct.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I'm cursed to giggle, and I didn't even laugh at that one.
No, this isn't Tiffany. It's Tiffa Elbow.
Devastating. They caught on to me. I only have one joke. Take the pig. It's 7 years. Take the pig and do the inverse of it. We've reversed it. Is that a back hoe? You should be the front hoe. God damn it.
Oh God.
I'm very angry.
I'm very paranoid and scared, and I think we should. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, hey, giant trash guy that kind of looks like Grigo's ex-girlfriend. You know anybody who's like
Ewan.
Well, you
Probably
and who?
smells better than she does too.
You and who?
No one. I'm always alone.
Well, man, that's pretty funny. But do you know like anyone? I think we're still looking for a guide to get through this maze of mushrooms. You know anybody that knows their way around here? Couldn't be you. You're a pile of trash
That's
under this
true.
window.
You offer
so.
no value.
You
Tiffany
see
really knew her way around.
you see that where you imagine his eyes would be, you see a small mushroom roll or a small onion
really knew her
roll
way around
into
a
place,
mushroom maze.
and tears roll down his face as he listens to the things that Frost is saying to him.
You're right. I've been through this garden time and time again, but I'd make an awful guide.
All right. Well, maybe you know a good one.
I have no value and I can offer nothing.
Zorak's gonna step in
I
here.
mean, just please take it over. I've asked like 4 times.
Careful, Dobek.
Listen,
Take a step back.
Ewan. From one giant pile of trash to another. You have to remember, it's called garbage can, not garbage can't. You can do this. You can help us. Torbeck believes in you, in.
Well, where are you trying to get to?
We're looking for some mushroom peddlers.
Oh, yep, I know them.
You do?
Yeah.
Can you take us to them?
Do you want just one of them or both of them?
There's more than one?
There are 2 of them.
One moment, please. And I'll turn to Pincushion and say, oh, Torbeck didn't realize that there was more than one peddler. This place is amazing. Which one do we want?
You didn't realize that? She's been saying peddlers this whole fucking time.
Torbeck thought they'd be together, like a group of them.
Well, there's
They are a group of them. I'm not sure why he's asking if you want to see them separately. They don't go anywhere separately unless something's happened.
Okay. Wait, don't move. Ewan, are the peddlers not together anymore?
They should be. Did something happen to them?
What?
I think everybody's just
No! The peddlers were so good together.
How about this? Just take us there, and then beg him not to kill us. All right?
All right. Torbeck would be greatly appreciative if you would take us all to the peddlers and also don't kill us.
I wouldn't kill you. I'd just have to add your bones and viscera to my pile of trash.
Imagine.
We would like to keep our bones and viscera where they currently are.
If this takes any longer, I'll welcome it.
I'm sorry.
Whoa, Torbeck.
What?
That's a really cool elephant.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but it's a lion.
Well,
Oh, you're distracting, Torbeck. Can you take us there? Can you guide us? Please?
Yes, but I would ask for one favor.
Sure.
There's an animal pen a little deeper in. The animals have gotten out recently when some rogue ettercaps let the gate loose. And they've been defecating all over the garden. Which means I have to roll around and pick it up.
Okay.
I would really prefer they did their business in the pen.
You want us to gather all the missing animals?
I could just kill them very quickly with my mind.
Well, if you kill them, then
He looks up towards the tree.
she'll be angry.
No,
She'll blame me.
we're not gonna kill any of the beautiful creatures.
She'll be jumpy angry. She'll be nice. She'll be friendly.
I don't know.
Mr. Grammy, what do we do?
What do we just fucking bail and leave this guy? Let's find our own way.
We need a guide.
That's okay. Everyone who comes into Ewan's life bails and leaves me alone.
Look, what if he's just bullshitting us and he just wants us to do his job for him, and then he's like, he doesn't actually fucking know anything.
But take us to the mushroom peddlers and we'll see if we can maybe gather some of the animals on the way.
And I have to admit that if we get lost, we'd be able to follow the rotten garbage on the way back here. Like breadcrumbs.
I think he needs to prove that he fucking knows where they are. Why don't we see him first, and then we'll go do his job, and then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those escaped animals wouldn't have been a tiny flying lion, would it?
No, but there is a tiny pig named Oink.
Oh man, that's cute. Hang on. Alright. Oh god.
See, isn't it magical?
Well, Gadzooks! I didn't know there was a tiny pig named Oink. Oh, we gotta go do the animal thing. I don't even know what it is quite.
We accept, but you have to take us to the peddlers first.
I can't do that. The peddlers are after the animal pen.
Of course.
Tori doesn't know what to do here, Mr. Grammy.
I mean, look, we could do it, I guess, but...
You could also go alone.
We've been warned that that would endanger our lives, so let's do the animal thing real quick. And then we'll go and we'll peddle and we'll have some fucking mushrooms.
I don't trust this guy, but we can.
What have I done?
That's fine.
Whoa.
Fucking look at you.
I can't help it. I made a plan.
It's like looking into a mirror.
He starts to weep, jelly.
Oh God. I think he's trying to emotionally manipulate us, fellas.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just spoiled milk.
I mean, you gotta care about him for that to happen. You know.
All right, Ewan, we will help you on the way to the mushroom peddlers. Is that okay? Does that sound good?
No, that's fine. That's fine. We can do it. It just might be a waste of time. That's all I'm saying.
To be fair, Torbeck doesn't understand how a place like this, so beautiful, can be dangerous at all anyway, but let's take him as a guide.
Fine. I'm not gonna stop it.
Do you think that the Jabberwock is something we should be worried about? Is he a tough guy? He's a tough guy. I feel like he'd take it.
No.
Why? What, Draco? Why would you say that? Did you see it?
You know that didn't end well.
Did you fucking see the
Oh,
Jabberwock?
you heard about Jabberwock.
Oh my fucking God.
No, don't you remember when he killed us all? Huh? Yeah.
You don't remember that?
Ewan, please start walking in the right direction. Just please.
Yeah, and he killed your fucking daughter.
Who?
See, exactly right.
Oh my good lord.
Here.
And Ewan begins to move, and he moves with a significant amount of grace. Actually, once he has moved away from the house, he seems to have regained the familiarity with his limbs now that he's taken on a more humanoid form, and he begins to walk forward. And you see that shadows and other creatures move out of the underbrush, but the moment that they smell Ewan and see him, they begin to shrink back. And so it's easy to see that whatever lives here knows of him and fears him in the same way that Pincushion seemed to react to him, though he seems like a gentle giant. But his presence is very clearly protecting you as you're making your way through this place. It is significantly larger than you had expected. You travel for almost an hour before you find yourselves opening up into a clearing. There is a small purple barn house off to the side. Its thatch roof is crooked and twisted. The door is asymmetrical. The windows don't align on either side, and out front and partially connected to it, you see a large pen, which would clearly have housed animals of a variety of animals. You see different sizes of feeding troughs. You see different sizes of watering holes, and it's easy to see that there were multiple animals in this pen. The door itself is swung wide open, and you see nothing else.
This is where they go.
Guys, we smell like shit.
That's just me.
Who?
You and
Oh. Hi, my name is Gricko.
I don't want to
Tiffany,
date you.
is that you? I got a new truck. Got some cool pictures of it. Tiffany, it's so good to see you after all these years.
So there's supposed to be animals here, but there aren't any animals here. So how are we gonna fucking find these animals, fellas?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure was.
I don't
Why you're all
know.
looking at me, Mr. Solutions?
Can't you like use your mind just to figure out where they all are?
I use my mind to figure out where they are.
It's amazing. It works like clockwork.
That's how it starts. Oh God.
Let me look inward, and I'll see if I can find these fucking animals.
Elephant! Elephant, come back!
It's a progressive disease.
What are you talking about, man? The prions?
Yeah, the prawns.
It's a little quiet here.
It just gets worse. You can manage symptoms, but it's sad.
I would like to look inward, and I would like to cast Borrowed Knowledge to give myself proficiency in the nature skill.
Okay.
To see if I can reach out with my mind and see if I could find any creatures that fit the bill that need to be corralled into this farmhouse.
That's very cool. Look for
You-
Oink.
Oh yeah.
You
Oink,
look.
pig.
You specifically look at the pen, and you take note of the different types of tracks. And your mind races. You see the way that they move and how certain sets of tracks are grouped together. Well, that's clearly one type of animal that moves in like a pack. Here's another one here. And looking through it all, you realize that housed within this pen are 7 goats, 5 pigs, and 1 small piglet.
7 goats, 5 pigs, and 1 small piglet. It's like I'm looking at the tracks, and it's that scene from A Beautiful Mind where he's looking at the pigeons, and they're all these fucking formulas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And you realize it's almost as if you can see them and see where they move to which troughs and how they would eat and where they would sleep and the ways that they would go about their day. You also take note of the way the pen was opened and the way that the tracks moved out, that the goats rushed out quickly, that some of the pigs went but hesitated, and then the rest, and then an area where they hesitated before you see the tiny little footprints of a piglet, clearly the last to leave, more hesitant than the others. You see the way they dart off into the underbrush, the pigs into one direction, the goats into another, and they disappear into the foliage. You smell the air. You get down onto the ground and you feel the earth in your hands and the way that its sponginess and the way that it moves. You begin to calculate speed versus the length of pigs' legs, especially having one piglet they have to keep with it. The goats are medium age. There was maybe one elderly goat. That's going to slow them down. And you begin to track how far they could go, where they would be. All of this happens in the blink of an eye. And you realize that just based on the humidity in the air, there has to be some sort of cove or waterfall, small creek somewhere close to here. They're going to gravitate towards the water, and you can imagine that they are all probably right next to that water.
All right, gentlemen. We need to think about creating a perimeter of approximately 600 feet. And inside of that perimeter, there's going to be a source of water. That is what we are looking for. Try to think like an animal. Follow these tracks into the bush here, and follow these along this direction. I believe that we will find the animals and be able to corral them back. Are you with me?
Wow, Frost, you're so amazing!
What?
Grigo, follow Torbeck.
If you say so, let's...
Follow the pink bulbs.
Whoa, that's a cool elephant, Toolbag.
Oh, don't worry, Greco, I gotcha. And I'll pick him up again like a football. And that way he doesn't get lost and run away.
Look, why don't we split up? It can be me and Gid. It can be you and Torbeck, and then you go off on your own.
I'm flying like an ocelot. If only me mum could see me now.
I start to pick you up and like do this. Like,
I'm an ocelot, Mom. I'm an ocelot.
I don't care if we split up or not. We're creating a perimeter, and I believe the animals will be found somewhere in between the radius that I just calculated.
Wait,
you can
what?
go off on your own if you care to.
Hey, wait, it's almost 600 feet.
Look, you can almost hear the water.
All right,
And as
Gid.
you listen, you
Let's take a
realize you
look.
can.
Can we all triangulate the direction of the water?
Yeah, it seems to be to the north.
Oh, all right. Let's go to the north.
I fly Greco forward as we begin going north to where we hear this water.
Man. Oh, he's having fun.
You notice that Ewan stays back. He watches as you make your way towards the north and where you hear the sounds of the water flowing. And he doesn't attempt to stop you, but he doesn't join you either. You know that it could be potentially dangerous. Is that my computer or yours?
Hold up.
Are these green?
I see a red dot. Does that mean
No, that means we're recording.
Okay.
Does anyone else hear that?
Streaminator?
It's the...
I heard that.
I tapped a cable, and my computer did...
We're good still.
Can you check the notification on your computer real quick?
I don't see anything.
No, we're looking good.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
all right.
false alarm. False alarm. Holy fuck. Okay.
My blood pressure.
The only way to win is not to stream.
That's true. That's definitely
But
true.
yes, Ewan does not follow you as you make your way towards the what sounds to be a roaring waterfall. You
We're on a magical, whimsical adventure by ourselves.
Reflecting on your dreams.
That is so irritating.
Everyone's an ocelot except Frosty.
It's just amazing he hasn't missed a single lyric. Every one of those was exactly right.
He doesn't mean ocelot. He's thinking of a different animal.
What an idiot. Fuck doesn't know what an ocelot is.
isn't it like a monkey-like creature?
Yes, and I was reminded earlier this week that I played all of Metal Gear Solid thinking that it was a monkey-like creature. And there's a character named Revolver Ocelot in that game.
No way!
Wow.
That's why he's got the gun. He's got a little hair.
It's a monkey-like creature.
This is the Colt Action Army. Finest handgun ever made. Okay, let's. There's a waterfall. You see, I can tell by the saturation
Well, you
of the
don't
soil.
see it yet, but you can hear it.
You hear that? There is a waterfall in the direction of that sound that I pointed in.
All right, you go on and lead the way.
As you move forward, you begin to notice that the foliage almost peels away from you. Vines peel back like curtains. It's almost as if it's accepting you, allowing you to move forward. And you do eventually find yourself staring at what looks to be a beautiful crystalline pool. The water shimmers in this incredible turquoise color. the ground beneath it, you would expect to see stones or dirt or soil or silt of some kind, but it appears to be beautiful purple petals that line the bottom of this. And as you look up, you see that there is clearly the sound of a waterfall, but it is coming over the top of this long, twisting tree that reaches up towards the sky. The top of it is wreathed with wisteria that hangs down and dips into the edges of the pool, the petals falling off and lining the bottom as water flows down over it, almost preternaturally. As you look at this, it is incredible, it is glorious, it's beautiful, and you feel peace, you feel a sense of calm. There's something about this water that reminds you very much of the lake where you had met Lamorna, the unicorn. Oh. There's something perfect, pristine about this water as you breathe in the mist that billows up off of the surface. You inhale that mist, and it's almost effervescent in your lungs, and you feel like you've breathed in double the amounts of air that you had expected to. You feel invigorated, renewed. It's lovely.
Torbeck has never seen anything so beautiful.
Careful, fellas. Frost, you think...
You take Rico.
I use the back of your vest to block my eyes.
Frost, you think those hanging flowers are poisonous?
Almost certainly.
Oh, God. Look at them.
Everything is poisonous here in the Feywild. It's probably what's actually happening right now is that we've been poisoned terribly, and these are just the dying visions of our shutting down brains.
Oh, man, just like the prions.
Oh, God. Oh, is it the prions?
I look around for the animals.
If we all consume the same thing, we could all have prion disease.
Roll another nature check for me.
That sounds yummy. Oh, that sounds very yummy.
23.
It's pronounced prown.
Oh, I pronounce it prain.
If this is the end, then Torbeck's never been happier to be in a place like this with all of Torbeck's friends.
I begin to monologue like the end of Midnight Mass about my brain shutting down for 35 minutes.
What did you get for your nature check, Derek?
My lord. Can you please?
Nobody touch the flowers, all right? I think they're poisonous.
What?
I look around for the animals. We'll get 23.
Oh, perfect.
Hurry up.
You look around and you
see me?
You begin to notice a couple of things. You notice that there were tracks up to the water. You begin to notice that as beautiful as this area is, that the thicket around it is far darker. Gnarled thistles unfurl, and you see movement in the corner of your eye, and you look, and as you see one of the roots roll back in on itself, these gnarled, thorny tendrils reaching out from the undergrowth, and you notice what appears to be a hoof. And as your eyes adjust to the darkness at the line of the underbrush, you see that there is clearly the body of a swine that's been wrapped up in one of these thorny bushes, unmoving, clearly dead.
Yum!
Son of a bitch.
What do you see, Frosty?
Well, if you stand a little closer, you can see over here.
Oh. Torbeck, can you put me on?
The body of some kind of animal, probably a pig, has been Jumanji'd into the forest in that direction.
Oh my God, is it okay?
No, I don't see it breathing or moving at all.
Oh no.
It's probable that the animals are all dead.
Look at that chicken!
Of course. We came all this fucking way.
Oh, poor chicken.
Oh man.
Ewan, is this some kind of sick fucking joke?
Ewan's not there.
He didn't come.
He
man.
didn't come.
Fuck, stay behind. He thought he'd smell too bad in front of all the animals.
Those flowers look yummy. Can I talk about... If this yellow flower, I might be able to drink tea and take a bite out of it.
Oh god.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, he's dead.
Not good. Hold on.
Well, if he doesn't get prions, he's probably getting those truthons.
It's okay. It's alright.
Con?
Mm-hmm.
10.
Roll a d20 for me, please.
17.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to eat it. It tastes buttery. It's got it's almost like eating a leaf of buttered popcorn.
Oh, snap.
Oh my
I
god.
would love some buttered popcorn.
Guys, have you ever been on a long road trip and after so many hours of riding, you finally roll up to one of those taverns with the cracker and the barrel on it, and you have a delicious breakfast? Tastes like that.
Oh man.
Give me some more of that flower stuff.
No, get away from that! This is your prions!
Slap out of my hand. Sorry, Greco.
It's okay.
Don't go for the
It's
purple
okay,
ones!
Jeremy.
Everybody knows that purple's the color of poison.
It's Tormag.
Gentlemen.
Tormag is Tormag.
I thought you were my imaginary possum friend, Jeremy.
Tormag is a bugbear. Goblinoid, like Greco.
You are literally a 7-foot-tall anthropomorphic possum in suspenders right now. Do you know jean suspenders, overalls?
He's getting worse.
Do you know how stupid you sound right now, Jeremy? Get it together.
That sounds really cool, but Tormag is just Tormag.
I don't know what to say to you right now, Jeremy. I've had enough of this. The flowers are delicious.
Who's gonna break it to old Ewan that
Buttered
the animals
flowers.
are dead?
We're not turning around and breaking that news. There is a dead pig over here, and we're going into that fucking forest, and we're gonna find out what happened to them, or I'm gonna murder all of you and then myself.
Jeez, alright.
Is it really dead? Let's just grab the chicken's foot and see. I'm gonna try to grab onto the pig's legs and pull it out. I'm sure he's asleep.
Roll a strength saving throw.
Oh, sweet
Saving throw?
Oh no.
A 10.
You attempt to pull, and as you do, one of the thorny vines whips out and wraps around
Look
you
at
and
this
begins to
chicken.
yank you into the underbrush as well. You find yourself pinned next to this rotting carcass of a boar.
Oh, Tiffany.
As you, as the vines wrap into you, piercing into your flesh, you take. I don't have any dice.
Here.
Thanks. I have
roll dice in
sushi.
this
I could
campaign?
roll sushi. but I don't know any
God, I'm
dice.
killing instantly.
I get it, a sushi roll.
That's pretty good.
I didn't think of that when I said it.
Oh,
That's-
you're
I don't know
restraining me?
what I'm
I mean, a little spicy for a Witchlight episode.
You take 2 points of piercing damage as it pierces into you, and you hear you hear the noises of what sound like hundreds of other vines moving against the earth. A roll perception check for me, please.
And I'm just like stuck in there, right?
Yeah, roll a perception check for me. Yeah, you're grappled and restrained.
I mean, as funny as this is, I guess we try and get him out of it.
No, I warned him against it. No, don't get close.
Well, come on, man. Look, it killed this little piglet.
I'm getting rid of this die.
As
Yeah.
funny as it would be, we
You,
can't let it kill Gricko.
You hear a noise, but you're not quite able to place exactly what it is, though it sounds familiar. In your confusion, though, what it is slips away from you as you are now focused on the sounds of many more vines traveling through the underbrush directly towards you.
Is the dead pig next to me?
You're pinned up next to it.
Guys, the chicken is okay!
We're coming to save you. We're all on our way.
No, folks, step back, please.
It's fine!
There's nothing left to do now but have a...
Tiffany's gonna go a little special.
I think Tiffany's in the bush.
One of the
again.
vines wraps around you and the thorn pinches your butt.
Oh, there's a lot of wriggling tentacles.
Look, you know he's too far gone, fellas.
Tiffany's been watching some OVAs.
Are you scared of whatever threat is trying to take Gricko more than his death? The death of Hootsie's father? The death of everyone? We have to go in.
No. We're gonna have a respectful but brief living funeral like that horrifying film Once Upon a Forest. We're gonna eulogize him while he's still fucking alive.
Mr. Kremmy, that's not necessary. And I'll take a step towards the plant where Gricko is, and I'll kneel down.
Are my feet like hanging
Yes.
out?
Yes, they
I'll
are.
kneel down and I'll reach out and I'll say, "Oh, beautiful Feywild plant, please release Torbeck's friend," as I'm petting it. And
Do you have speak with plants? Or anything? Okay.
please, beautiful creature, give Torbeck's friend back.
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage because you don't have any kind of plant speaking feature.
I got an 11.
You feel the vines stop for a moment, and you imagine that the plant has listened to you.
I can hear Torbeck.
You see that it loosens up around part of Gricko's legs before it whips out and lashes you against your face. I need you to roll dexterity saving throw.
Oh, no.
I can hear Torbeck.
Torbeck, are you trying to
27.
You are quickly able to you're able to dexterously move out of the way as the thorny vine whips against you. You are going to take 1 point of slashing damage as the thorn cuts across your cheek, but it isn't able to wrap around you and restrain you. You do watch as it quickly slithers back in and begins to curl around Gricko's
Ow! Oh, no.
leg.
Mr. Crummy's right. Gricko's gone.
Torbeck, you can't speak with plants unless you can cast the spell Speak with Plants.
What?
I've got it! I've got just the spell prepared, Torbeck.
I'm restrained. I'm gonna grab my. And I'm gonna cast plant growth.
No! He's that confused!
Tiffany, we can't.
Tell me how plant growth works.
This
Plant
spell
sprawl.
channels vitality into plants within a specific area. There are 2 possible uses for the spell. This is the first one because I'm using it as an instant. Choose a point within range, which will be inside this plant, I guess. All normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. A creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement every 1 foot.
Oh my god.
You watch as
I got this spell, you guys!
you watch as the vines, which were about this thick, quadruple in size, and they begin to shoot out in every direction. Where this beautiful flower that had been spilling this effervescent water had existed, it is crushed as the vines spread out and overtake this area. You are all trapped beneath these giant thorny vines as they just immediately burst out of the underbrush. And though they're not wrapping around you, the weight of them is immense. It's going to take a lot for you to get out from under them. But that is not the thing that catches your attention. It is that these aren't a bunch of smaller plants. but these are vines attached to one large plant.
Oh,
and now that this spell has been cast, you see where these vines had come from. You now see all around you the carcasses of goat and pig trapped within them as they've been burst forth out into this. And you see growing out of the very depths of this place, now towering up over everything else, a giant Venus flytrap. Its mouth opens and snaps. What was large enough, probably easily to consume Torbeck, is now large enough to consume something much, much larger, and it looks incredibly hungry. The plant twists and turns towards you, and as its maw opens up, you see that unlike just a standard plant of this nature, there are eyes on the very top of it. Many, many, many eyes, hundreds of eyes line the top of this planty maw as it looks around, and you see a slithering vine tongue unfurl from the inside of its mouth, whipping at the air, almost tasting where prey and food may be, and it seems to catch your scent.
Guys, I found the chickens!
No, you found a Marlboro from fucking Final Fantasy.
Oh my God, kill him! And
I was gonna let you make that joke, Frosty.
If I still have my cane, I'm just going to. It's going to glow, and you'll hear this horrible wailing. I'm going to cast inflict
You are
wounds
all.
on it.
How does restrained work?
We can't move, and we're disadvantaged on attack rolls.
Because you would all be considered restrained because you are pinned beneath these giant thorny vines.
I'm casting inflict wounds on it.
Yeah.
If I can.
Well, that's touch.
It is tough, yeah. So I'm going to just. So the tip of my cane will be touching into one of the roots on top of me, and it'll do some necrotic damage. It's a melee spell attack.
Better hope one of you guys has blight.
I'm disadvantaged on it because I'm restrained. 2 18s. Let's fucking go.
Wow!
That probably hits.
It is. Would its AC be affected by the spell
Probably
if it were
like
a
plus
monster?
10 or 20 at least.
You think?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking it would definitely go up by probably 20.
Actually, there's an argument to be made that it would be reduced by
goes
getting
down.
larger because it's easier to hit.
That's
more hit
actually
points,
a
though.
very good. That's a very good, but more
That's
hit
how I
points.
would
Yeah.
I do like that. So yeah, it hits.
So it is going to do. It's a third level, so 3, 4, 5d10 necrotic damage. 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I shouldn't use some new Ornate dice. That feels heretical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Get away from me, tiny gator.
Oh, not something about the ice. 5, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 points of necrotic damage on the creature, but I'm aiming for whatever is restraining me specifically.
You let loose this necrotic magic. As you inflict these wounds, you watch as a dark ergot attaches itself to the vines, and the plant begins to rot, or the vine begins to rot and fester away. You hear a yelp of pain that comes from this creature as the vine that's specifically holding you down reels back and slinks back into the underbrush, completely freeing you. At the same time,
I clamber.
you roll a perception check for me.
Boom. Another 18. Let's fucking go.
That's 3 18s.
Damn.
Perception that's a 20.
At the same time, you hear a noise as some of the vines have moved, not just the vine that was trapping you, but some of the others, not the ones trapping your friends, unfortunately, because D&D and fun, but some of the others have recoiled back into the underbrush. You see movement, and you hear a faint, almost whimpering noise, and a small oink as you see a little bit of pink flesh. You see that one of the vines that was wrapping around two of these large swine, they begins to rear back. You see that those bodies had been protecting, shielding this small piglet. And through all this time, this piglet has been protected by these two now dead pigs. But it is safe, though it looks small, it looks hungry. You can see its ribs, its shaky little legs as it tries to move. But it lets out one soft oink as it tries to get up onto its legs and move into the underbrush, but it is too weak and it falls onto its distended belly.
Get it! Oh, he's still alive! It better be fucking time to get all fired up! And I'm gonna like crawl away and stand up and back the fuck off. And...
Unhand that hog, Tiffany!
What I will say is you, with that roll, you are able to assess the situation in a way that you know that given the small space and the size of this plant, should you choose combat, you will not be able to save the pig.
So this is an extraction.
I just let know Gid that Oink is alive. And so hopefully that...
Am I aware that Oink is alive?
Oh, everyone would have heard me.
And I guess roll for initiative.
Okay. I would like to try something. I'm not going to be able to try.
Well, I don't have initiative cards. So I have a bunch of soy sauce packets.
You've got a fucking little packet. Look at this little packet.
So I have this.
How many cards?
So that could be the boss.
Okay. This.
And then this one could be a different one of you guys.
Yeah. They gotta be just around here somewhere.
Hold on.
Just a second.
I mean, we had
This
him
can
3
be
months ago.
that could be Torbeck.
One minuto.
This one can be.
No, wait.
Oh shit! God, I
See?
that's not gonna work.
This is outrageous.
It's exactly what's about to happen to Oink.
I don't know what happened to my initiative cards. I don't
We
know.
need to clean all of this.
We do need to clean all of this. I should have thought about that.
We're gonna round it in 2030.
You know what? I'll write it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, just write it down.
I'll just write it down. You guys don't need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be able to figure. I won't be
At the end
able
of
to
a
figure them
person's
out.
turn, you can
It'll
say,
confuse
"You're on
me.
deck."
Okay.
The person whose turn it is.
You could
20 to
literally just
25?
have each person who plays a person.
2025.
Not me.
15 to 20?
Oh, sorry, I would be 20 to 25. I rolled 18. I would be 21.
16.
I got a 16 as well.
You go first.
You want me to go
I'm
first?
very confused.
That's fair. That's fair.
So Gid, Torb, Grick.
Yep.
I got a 7.
This is our newest sponsor, Kika.
What did you get? What did you get, Frost?
13.
Okay, so
And then
Frost.
Frost and then Creme.
That's true. Just kidding.
Hey, everybody.
And
Oh,
just
and
let
I
me
need,
know
I
where
need
the...
to roll for Oink.
Yeah, where does Oink go?
Okay.
Oink's in combat?
Oink is a level 20 wizard.
Oh, that's one fat hog.
Oink casts Time Stop.
Oh, hell
just-
yeah.
Okay.
That's very funny.
Give me some,
works.
give me some,
That's very funny.
some plant killing music going.
Yeah. Can I work on it, please?
We need guitar.
That's alright.
Okay.
I need to play a character that's
You. What was it that you yelled out?
I said, Gid, Oink's still alive, so it better be time to get all fired
Get
up
all
or something
fired
like that.
up.
You hear this, as you watch as Kremi is able to stand to his feet. He points to where you see this small, clearly starving little piglet as it attempts to get to its legs and then crumbles back to the ground, letting out a small oink of pain. And it is your turn, Gideon.
As I hear Kremi's cry go out that Oink is still alive, a pillar of flame will erupt from beneath the vine as I get all fired up. We gotta save that pig!
Grab him, kid! Go get him!
And am I still grappled, or the
You're still
vines-
grappled and restrained.
restrained?
Some of them have moved away, but not the ones that are pinning you down.
Okay,
so you can
okay.
make a strength check or strength saving throw to try and remove yourself. That does take your action, or you can do it at the end of your turn.
I'll use a strength saving throw. Is that a disadvantage for restraint?
For the break check
No,
is not
no, it
disadvantage.
wouldn't be.
Okay. Aren't you advantage with your all fired up move or no?
Maybe.
We have twists.
Because it's like a
We
technical.
got a million twists today. I don't know what to use here.
That's fine. It would be under the. There
Oh,
we
this
go,
one,
yeah.
this one. Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. There you go.
There we fucking go.
Okay, 27,
Let's fucking
27.
You are easily able to. You begin to glow red hot with rage as you see what's happened to this poor piglet, and you steam explodes from your ears, your mouth, as your entire being starts to glow with the burn of embers, and you. It's almost as if this creature feels that heat, and it whips itself back from you as you throw the vine off of you, and you are able to stand.
Can I get to Oink?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I move. I run. I throw the big vine off. I'm coming, Oink. I'll run up to the piglet as close as I can get, and then just say, "Don't stand too close, pig. They're gonna have to start calling you Bacon."
His name will be first name will be Christopher.
So you're too oink, but you're not picking him up.
Well, do I think I could pick him up and like? I mean, I don't. Do I think I could
You
pick
have.
him up
I
and
would
like
say he
hoof
would
it?
count.
free object interaction.
He would be a free object interaction because he's small enough.
He's got a Freedy's might be.
He's literally a football.
I'll pick him up.
Well, he's smaller than a
under-
football.
I'll pick him up under my arm, and
He's probably about like 8 inches long.
that's one fat hole. No, I don't say that.
Tiffany never said that. This isn't Tiffany at all. It isn't Tiffany.
Wow!
Tiffany.
Holy smokes!
The only way to win is not to stream.
Kill streaming Yes, if I believe that I can do so, I will pick up Oink and start heading in whatever direction feels like away.
I would say you could pick him up, but you probably don't have any movement left.
Got it.
Having gotten up from prone, using half your movement to get to him.
100%. I'm just at Oink in hand. Stay back!
You pick him up, and he is significantly lighter than you even expected. He lets out another little oink and looks up at you. His eyes are watering. They're far bigger for his head than you would expect. He looks like an anime pig. It's very cute.
You look ridiculous with those giant eyes.
The little stars are twinkling.
Yeah.
Here, eat some waffles, all right? They're left over from breakfast. 3 days ago, probably. They're like 3 days old, but you're a pig.
But you have Oink in your arms. You do notice that the vines seem to be almost attracted to this pig, and as you pick him up, it's as if this giant Venus flytrap creature can smell this pig, and all of the vines start to undulate and writhe towards you and and this pig. You imagine if you don't get him out of here soon, it's going to become significantly more difficult to fight off these vines.
Marlboro want to make fun me.
So, just so I understand, you said that we get the sense that if we fight, then we won't have time to save the pig. So this is like we're just trying to run away.
So it depends on what you do. If you want to,
Sure.
if you want to fight him, you can, but the pig more than likely will not survive, as it's very clear that it is more interested in that pig than it is in you guys.
Just want to make sure. Okay. Torbeck is crushed under one of these vines. Maybe it's starting to wrap around him. The tanks on Torbeck's back begin to glow ever so slightly, bit more magenta, and they bubble and shimmer and move, and then they kind of drop and level a little bit as the tubes begin to glow as this witchlight material begins to move through his veins, and I will consume a mutagen to use my mobility mutagen, which gives me the immunity to grapple and restrain condition. Torbeck's flesh begins to kind of undulate and move, and you hear these awful kind of sickening pop noises as his shoulders almost pop out of his joints, and you can hear his knees and hips kind of release and move as he slithers grossly out from underneath of this thing, and
he's like a snake.
Moves out of his grasp as a bonus action. And then I'm going to try to use my action to free Gricko. The downside is that I have disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
I love that trade-off.
So I will use my action to attempt to
Yeah, it would be. It would be a strength check.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
But I want to even if I know I can't save him myself. I
Yeah,
wanna try to
it'll
help
be
him.
a strength contest actually.
Okay.
Oh, it's like spaghetti night after the bingo.
So do I just roll at disadvantage and add my strength modifier?
Correct.
That's actually not terrible.
Unless you're are you proficient?
No.
Okay.
Not in strength.
No.
I got a 13. Not all.
They got a 17.
Okay.
yeah,
So
I
I am spending my action attempting to help free Gricko.
I will say that because you are helping, Gricko will be able to roll at advantage on his
Nice.
turn.
That's my whole turn?
It is Gricko's turn. You watch as Torbeck is easily able to maneuver from beneath these vines. It seems easier as all the attention is turned towards Gideon and the small piglet in his arms. But the weight of this vine is still pressing heavily on you. You feel the heaviness on your chest. It's hard to breathe. You are struggling as you're sinking into the earth. You actually feel the sponginess of the earth behind you now, almost like a quicksand. And you feel that the longer you're pressed into this, the more likely you are to sink deeper and deeper into the soil.
I'm writing down what I think is going to happen.
I'm gonna make an intelligence check to see if I would know the right thing. Natural 20, folks.
Oh! A moment of clarity.
22.
Yeah. He's sun. He's what is it called? He's sunrising. It's like the end of the Notebook.
I pause.
Dude, really?
I slow down. Time stops. My confusion leaves me. I remember who I am. And I realize I could do some inane shit. But I see that we're being crushed into the earth. And we are being smashed by these vines. And it's my fault. I see the pig. We need a tunnel. We need to burrow. And in a moment of clarity, as time is frozen, I pull out my ocarina and I start playing, and it plays the entirety of The Great Gig in the Sky by Pink Floyd. In its entirety, the studio recording. As
Everyone waits.
As my 450 rounds into a land shark, a bullet, a smaller bullet, and I begin to burrow. Or I don't know if that actually.
You rolled a natural 20. I had just described to you that the ground beneath you is acting almost like quicksand.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you the opportunity to decide if you feel like burrowing into that is a good idea.
I'm going to burrow out of it. I'm going to try to basically dig away to have a path for everyone to get through.
That's all of the ground.
I'm confused at I'm confused about the situation.
So when you got to this place, I mentioned that the ground itself was spongy and buoyant.
A tunnel wouldn't be left behind.
Plant,
like-
the
it's
plant
saying it's like you're on a
itself
beach.
that
Like you're digging
with
in the
spilling
sand.
out all that water has been destroyed. There is now excess liquid inside of the earth. Tunneling would probably kill you.
It's like swampy.
It is like
will
mixing sand
turn-
with too much water.
I will turn into the land shark because I already said it, and I'm just
No,
going to.
I'm
attempt-
giving you the ability to do anything else. You got a natural 20. So you are smart. I had described that before you got the natural 20. I think you are smart enough to know how something like quicksand would work, and that something like digging isn't going to help you.
I'm
in this.
instead going to actually cast Speak with Plants.
Let's fucking go.
Okay.
Let's fucking go.
And I am going to use my Speak with Plants as I'm being wrapped up, and my mouth is going to open, and I'm going to wail the entirety of the studio recording of The Great Gig in the Sky by Pink Floyd in an attempt, Jamie can pull that up, in an attempt for the beauty of my singing to just sing the most beautiful song that I can as I cast Speak with Plants. And I'm going to try to make it such a beautiful thing. I'm trying to make the plant cry. It has eyes to cry from. Hundreds
of them.
That's why
And
it's
I'm going
quicksand.
to make it try to cry, and that is what I'm trying to do.
Okay. What? Okay.
That's it.
Roll a persuasion check.
At advantage? I don't know if you've heard Great Gig in the Sky, but that's all I'm saying. Performance? Performance
Yeah,
would
I'll
be
have
good.
you roll 2. I'll have you roll performance at advantage, but a straight persuasion.
Okay.
And your performance will determine the DC of the persuasion.
That's a good. That's a cool thing.
I like
That's a
that.
cool thing to do.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm gonna use 2 twists. I'm gonna use 2 twists.
We have plenty of
Yeah,
twists.
we have plenty of twists.
That's a cool thing to do.
Okay, I wanted a 4. I'm gonna use 2 more
We
twists.
got
more
train
twists.
twists. We got train twists, you know? That
more
one,
twists.
and then
More
this is
twists.
Gold Boy. Why not Gold Boy?
Where? Oh yeah. This roll's terrible.
Really?
I rolled natural 20.
Oh! You gotta roll away
22.
from Derek.
Yeah, 22. And so performance is 22, and what's the other one? Persuasion?
Persuasion, just normal.
Oh. I'm gonna roll the guy who just gave me the natural 20.
Oh.
Okay,
twisting
I'm using 2 more twists.
Just use one.
Use one. Oh, yeah, persuasion.
Oh.
That'll be a 21.
Back in the bank.
This plant creature doesn't have emotions in the way that a human or a humanoid creature would.
It does now.
So making it cry would be nearly impossible. However, it can get distracted. And the sounds of your song are enough to draw its attention to you and away from everything else. You see that the music has an effect on it in a way that that music has an effect on a lot of things. Just that the driving beat and how primal that can be to just nature in general. And there is something about this song, the cadence of it, how long it is. Is it as long as Freebird? How long is the song?
It's shorter than
It's sort of free.
Yeah, it's not free.
But it's a pretty long song, I'm assuming.
5, 6 minutes.
Okay.
It is entirely instrumental and improvised vocals. It's very good.
Yeah,
It's very good. Look it up if you know, if you know what I'm talking about.
Treat yourself.
I feel
And
like
then
if
listen to
you had performed a song by Foghat, I probably would have let it work.
So
But because it's
my headcanon is that in my mind, as I finally have this moment of clarity and I cast Speak with Plants, I'm hearing the Great Gig in the Sky, but instead I'm going, High Cross Buns! High Cross Buns!
Call me Tiffany, will you?
And I'm just distracting it with how bad it is.
and that is exactly what's happening.
No, you start singing Slow Ride by Foghat.
Slow ride! Take it easy! That's exactly what I was.
And because you picked Foghat, it works.
shit.
And you are able to distract this creature for a significant amount of time. Frost, you are the only person that's left trapped by this thing, and its vines move away from you. They begin to beat against the ground in tune with "Slow Ride" by Foghat, This creature is not even necessarily looking at Gricko. It's looking up towards the sky and just vibing. And you feel like you have a small window.
I'm grabbed.
That you... Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Because it's pounding you into the ground.
No, it's pounding the ground next to you. You're being sprayed by bits of water as these vines hit the ground and the moisture is erupting out of it. Whatever had produced that liquid that was flowing down into that basin, now that that's been destroyed, it is filling the ground beneath you. You feel it almost wobble as you move on it, and you realize you have a small window of opportunity to leave this place and make your way back towards the pen.
I also want to be clear that the plant can understand the lyrics of Slow Ride by Flying.
and you do see that it is...
Slow Ride, that sounds cool.
And you see that it's nodding. It's taking it easy. It's taking it easy. Listening.
Do I feel that if I moved 60 feet that I would be out of danger?
You imagine that if you moved 60 to 100 feet, you would at least be out of danger enough as long as you continue to move past that. You wouldn't want to stay at that point.
Endeavor to paralyze the creature and probably kill myself and the others, and maybe save. No, I have to risk it. Why do I always have to make the fucking adult choices in the room? Gideon, hold on! I'm gonna cast Vortex Warp on Gideon. And assuming that he can take an object with him like Oink, he will be transported 90 feet away from the creature.
Well, what do you mean? Hold on to what?
You get like apparated from like the Harry Potter movies where you like get twisted and see your own stomach and your own like eyes pop out in a nightmare configuration. You land 90 feet away.
You're holding a bag of pork rinds.
You die immediately.
Where'd all this bacon jerky come from?
And then, sugar-free. I'll use feline agility to double my 30 feet of movement to 60, and I will fly away. I'll just and I'll disappear.
You're like the cat in the sail video.
Fail. That'll be the conclusion of my turn, having gotten at least Oink, Gideon, and myself to safety. I'll turn and watch.
Remy, it's your turn.
Since I'm already out, if I feel like everyone's out and away, I would just book the fuck.
Well,
out.
the three of you are still there, but the two of them are out. But you see that they could easily make an escape. You don't know how long Slow Ride Take It Easy is going to last. But considering the fact that it's what, 3 minute song, 4 minute song, that's many turns in combat. You feel like
It's the
they've got a
fluffy-
pretty good chance.
That's 30 rounds. I can dash 30 times.
It's the fluffy scene in Philosopher's Stone when the music stops playing in the background.
And so, yeah, you dash.
I will dash to wherever Gideon is now standing safely away from the plants.
You do that. Back in the same direction, you're heading back towards the small farm.
I fucking told all of them! Are you okay, Gideon? How's Oink doing? Oh no! You got your hot sauce out? That was Oink, Gideon!
Well, I had no idea. I mean,
You guys.
I got that one hard one that's always at the bottom of the bag.
Oh, the one that hurts your tooth?
possible.
Yeah.
I'm definitely having pork rinds tonight. 100%.
Then it is Sprout's turn. That's the name of
I
this
slipped
thing.
out like first turn.
Yeah, you jellied his way out.
So I'm gonna see if this plant continues to stay entranced by you.
Take it easy.
I'm gonna use a dread to reroll.
Great.
Yeah, you got him.
It stays entranced for this round.
Oh gosh.
That's Gideon's turn. I'm assuming you're going to continue to move.
I think I'm super far away.
You're 90 feet away, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll move continuously.
We're jogging.
You're jogging.
Yeah.
I would dash. Having seen you escape and everybody's getting worked out, I would just dash and use my grapple immunity to not get yoinked back.
Gricko, you stand alone. as the water continues to.
Shit, I thought he was gone. Can I grab him and just take him away? I thought you had run when you used your. I scoop him up and I just take off. As long as
I'll allow it because I don't think it would because he's so small and you're so strong and so big. I would, I'll allow it.
Get on your shoulders and I will fast ride as I sing slow ride.
Yeah, you would notice that as I'm moving though, I'm not moving like you would normally see Torbeck move. My limbs are a little bit longer and it's almost like there's less rigidity in my limbs and I'm almost like my limbs kind of hyperextend as I move and it looks kind of gross and weird.
Yeah.
You know, my skin is more rubbery than normal.
It's like on a waterbed. Just like
the confusion.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it comes back, yeah.
And it is with that you are all able to run from this place, now realizing what has succumbed to the animals that lived here. The animals that had escaped, but able to save one. The small piglet named Oink is not turned into cracklins, but is safe, albeit shaking and scared and hungry in your arms. You are all able to rush back to the where the farm had stood.
In the 400 rounds it took for him to play a fog hat, I had fashioned almost like a little Bjorn.
Baby Bjorn?
Oh, a little Bjorn on
Piggy
my
Bjorn?
back. A little piggy Bjorn. And Oink would be just right over me and I've slipped on motorcycle goggles.
So like Raising Arizona.
With a little with a little hard hat, with a little motorcycle helmet hat as we sprint away. It's very cute.
It is very cute. You do that. And Oink nuzzles into your shoulder and makes little oinking noises. Every time you hit a rock and it jostles him, he lets out a squeal of pain. He's clearly unwell, but he is slowly coming to trust you as he looks up at you with his two big eyes. And you make your way back to the farmhouse, and it is as you had left it. All aside from the fact that you see that Ewan is not where you had left him, but towards the east, you see that he's planted down in the ground, and he's undulating and moving and chanting in some strange way. You can, the wind whips through, and you can smell the scent of his. The trash and the rotting bits that are part of just his compost heap. But as he writes, it's almost as if he hears you and he rights himself and he begins to move, and you see that where he had been hunkered down, there is now a ring of toadstools, and all of them illuminated with a glow that you are familiar with. It is a glow similar to that of the Witchlight, but instead of magenta, it is a beautiful dark purple and blue. They glow bright, and then they get softer, and then brighter and softer. And he turns to look at you.
I've made contact with the mushroom peddlers, and they've allowed me to set up a teleportation circle for you.
Thank the gods.
That's great, and it's beautiful.
All we need to do is step inside, and we'll be to them in a flash.
We could, but we all have a little bit of bad experiences with that. Are we sure?
Did you get the animals?
We got an animal.
Well, one's better than none, and we can get the rest when we come back.
Yeah.
They ain't going anywhere.
We'll do that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's not fucking lie to the guy. They're all dead. They're all dead. It's just little Oink, and I don't know how he's gonna survive without his family.
Damn it, Crimmy. You just gonna...
That's a shame. We're gonna have to get new animals. I'll let Granny Nightshade know.
What do we do about poor little Oink?
Well, we put him back in the pen and...
Let him starve to death?
Well, put him in the pen. Maybe we put you in the pen, all right?
Well, so we're gonna put him.
Yeah, the only person getting left by themselves with no friends is you, okay?
He looks really sad as a tear rolls down his cheek.
Yeah, good. All right, we're keeping Oink, all right? The discussion's over.
Well, I guess we can just tell her they all died.
You gonna keep Oink?
I mean, yeah. Obviously. Aren't you gonna get that little gator? I thought we were going back for that guy.
Well, I was gonna wait until the end of this adventure. Once we got to the end of the campaign module, we could go back and, scoop him up. But, I mean, it won't be dangerous.
Well, any more dangerous than letting him starve next to a giant Marlboro?
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, why don't you ask Oink, see if he wants to come along?
I turn over to Oink and I grab his snout. And I say, Oink, do you want to come along?
He oinks
Look at
twice, and you see as he nuzzles his little snout into you.
Oh, boy.
He canonically looks like just a smaller version of Waddles from Gravity Falls. Absolutely. Exactly Waddles, just shrunken down.
Look, man, he's got a helmet on, all right? Nothing can happen to him.
Yeah, he does. It's just a little tiny helmet, but it's very cute.
But is Pincushion with us? Has she been with us the whole time?
Yeah.
What do you think,
She's been
Jeremy?
attached to your leg.
Hey, Pincushion, do you think if we take Oink, there'd be some sort of horrible, hag curse on us? Because I'm paranoid about that.
I'm not I don't think so. I mean, it could happen if Granny Nightshade found out that the pigs weren't actually dead and that you had stolen one. But if she truly believes that the pigs are all dead and that this one just happened to be yours and you brought it, with a bit of deception, I think. Not that I condone that, of course, but with a bit of deception, I think you could avoid that altogether.
How could you possibly learn that all of the pigs were killed? There were at least 6 pig corpses in that forest, in addition to all of the goat.
I take a fat hog with me everywhere I go. What's one more?
Jesus Christ.
Look. I'm gonna need you to stop saying the phrase fat hog, alright? It's been at least 38 times in the last hour.
What's wrong with the phrase fat hog?
Yeah, I mean, look at this thing. This is one fat hog.
It's offensive. Look at him. He's wasting away.
Are you kidding me? He's all radius. He's not hammered at all, I mean, he's all,
Look, I tried.
Right now I'm picturing Granny Nightshade sorting through pig bones to make sure that they were all there, and that's worth the price of keeping Oink alive, in my opinion. So let's do it.
Ow! Oh, I've been stabbed! Oh! Oh! I'm bleeding!
Well, we can probably ignore that. Let's go to the mushroom guy.
Let's all never discuss that again.
I got thorns in my side! Oh, I took 2 piercing damage! Oh!
Are you gonna be okay?
Oh!
You can heal yourself, just don't cast plant.
On the thorn.
Oh! Ow! Oh!
All right.
Mushroom circle?
Mushroom circle.
Do you guys like my beautiful singing?
I won't be able to come with you, no. I won't be able to come with you, but I'll wait for you here.
Oh no. All right, let's go, everybody.
You shocked me with your ability to guide us here. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll happily guide you back when it's all said and done.
Will we know how to teleport back?
Yes, the mushroom peddlers will be able to help you.
All right. This is some kind of trick. I'm gonna hex you forever and cause horrible, painful, necrotic death, and then raise you
Made
from
out
the
of
dead.
trash. What threat could possibly?
It's not, I promise.
Okay.
Ewan, you're too nice to be with Granny.
We're not taking him too. Let's get in the fucking circle. All right.
No, but we could at least find him a nice hipster couple in the city.
Come on over here. You can live in my pockets.
You'll be right at home. They compost.
So good.
I'll teleport away. And him.
Well, when this adventure is over, we can come back and build a large tumbler.
I wish that were something I could do, but Granny Nightshade took a piece of my shrubbery form, and now I'm bound to her forever until I get it back.
So if we were to return your banana peel pit, then you'd be freed.
Underneath all this garbage, I'm but a simple plant man.
I'll add it to the list.
We unironically have 45 different things that we have to check off this list.
Our quest log is like delete one.
Oh God!
No, it's all in red. It's all in red at the top. We've capped out.
Goodbye, Ewan.
It was great meeting you. I'll see you on the other. Well, I'll see you back on this side.
Yeah, it was great meeting you. Really.
Thank you for the positive affirmations. I'll say that it's a trash can, not a trash can, every morning to remind myself that I do have worth.
It doesn't help, but you can do it anyway.
I'm gonna try.
Tiffany, I'll see you at the next reunion.
Yeah, see you, Gringo's ex. Alright.
Goodbye.
So long, Barn.
Can we get away from this smelly nightmare?
We gotta take 2 minutes. It's the last thing we said.
Yeah.
You
We all
all
spin around like in Super Mario World.
You all step into this mushroom circle, and as you do, the blue and purple lights begin to undulate and brighten as they almost throb and pulse before they illuminate at their absolute brightest. It's almost now a pale pink lavender light that washes over all of you as you feel yourselves get smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you feel your limbs disappear, your bodies become fungal as you all take on different forms of mushrooms, and then you feel yourselves pulled through this network of mycelium, this communication system that mushrooms connect to each other with, and you feel yourselves pulled through it, flying at incredible speeds beneath the earth, until all of a sudden you find yourselves spilling out once again in these mushroom forms as you begin to grow and grow and grow back into your regular forms. The emotional manipulation that had overcome you when you'd stepped into the garden completely gone from you in this space as you find yourself in a very dark and damp cave. You look around and everything is so dark that you can make out no shapes. You hear a soft humming sound, but that's all you can make out before eventually your eyes begin to adjust and you see that there are these small lanterns dotted throughout the cave, these small what look to be cages, and inside of them mushrooms of different colors, bioluminescent, that glow and illuminate the space. And as your eyes continue to adjust, they get brighter and brighter until light spills out and fills this room. Looking around, you see that there is a small patch off to the side, which looks to be some sort of garden patch where you see a variety of mushrooms of different shapes and sizes, none that you have ever seen before in your life. And in front of you, standing about 4, maybe 4.5 feet tall, is what looks to be a mushroom person. The cap on their head looks almost like a beret, but is a mushroom cap. And they're wearing a buttoned up, almost like a peacoat. She looks very dapper as she looks out at you, and she says, "Oh my God, there are people here. Simon, you are not gonna believe it." And she slowly unbuttons her coat, and you see that she's standing on the shoulders of almost an identical looking mushroom person. All along the lines of the peacoat, you see different vials of mushrooms in different colors, all labeled with different things for different moods and different things. Simon looks up at her and says, "Oh God, Silo, this is great. They're exactly what I expected. This is gonna be a wild ride." And that's where we'll end the session.
Well done. Great session, Nikki. Thanks for playing.